So like I said, there are five, sorry, I said five. It's still early. Hey guys, what's up? It's Monica and welcome back to my channel. Fall's here. It's my favorite time of the year. I have to say summer was fun, all that good stuff, but I am very much in a fall state of mind. Even though it's like 90 degrees outside in Atlanta, I'm very much in a fall state of mind. It is fashion month. It is all about fall fashion. It's all about taking the things we saw in February and, you know, applying them to our everyday life. So after scouring, you know, tons and tons of content from the fall fashion shows, I've kind of put together a list of about 15 trends that I feel like are going to be major this season. Never steers you guys wrong. So you know these trends are the trends that you need to pay attention to. Luckily, a lot of these trends are actually items that are already in your closet, so you don't have to run out and get these trends, which is always a good thing. Some of the trends we've actually seen, there's a lot of repetition. However, there are some trends that are pretty old that we haven't seen for a while that are slowly creeping in, and I'll get into all of that. So get your notepads, get your pens, we're going to be taking notes. Yeah, I'm very excited to kind of deliver all of these amazing trends to you guys, and just, you know, share also in the description box. I will share about 2 links to more affordable options, because a lot of the trends are really set by the major fashion houses. And one of the things I did notice is that a lot of brands were mimicking the same trends, and that doesn't really happen that often. So I found it to be very refreshing that everybody was on the same page in terms of where fashion is going right now. So very excited to share my picks with you guys. Like I said, get your notepads and all that good stuff ready, and let's get into it. But before we do that, if this is your first time visiting my channel, what's up? I'm Monica, and I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger based out of Atlanta. And if you love fashion, and more fashion, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. On this channel, I definitely focus more on fashion, high-low fashion. So if you love designer fashion, if you love affordable fashion, if you love just everyday style, make sure you subscribe, because that's what we deliver here. In addition to that, I do my vlogs. So just basically life as a fashion and lifestyle blogger. I do travel a lot, and all that fun stuff. So I share that as well, including some home decor, because I'm kind of really into home decor. But yes, if you like my vibe, basically subscribe. All right, now let's get into the video because it's really good. Okay, so like I said, there are five, sorry, I said five. It's still early. There are 15 trends that I really wanted to highlight. There's no trend that I feel like is more important than the other. It was just a matter of putting together trends that I just really felt strongly about, and I really felt like you really have to kind of pay attention to these trends. So first up, we've got strong hues. I feel like a lot of times when we enter the fall season, or not even a lot of times, in the past, fall has meant, you know, kind of more muted hues, more muted colors, you know, your darker shades of the color wheel. But this season, that's not the case. We are going bold, we are going bright, we are strong, we're doing colors that are standout colors. And frankly, I'm here for it because I love color. I feel like brands like Valentino and Alexander McQueen did a really good job of just highlighting or focusing on these bright hues. We saw this emergence of this strong, vibrant fuchsia pink, which I'm a fan of. And you know, all the brands have already started jumping on that. We've seen this hue from Zara, we've seen this hue from pretty much every brand you can think about. And it's not just the pinks, it's the oranges, it's the yellows, it's the reds. It's just a matter of taking these colors that are, you know, that in the past we've seen a bit more muted, but taking them and implying them into your fall silhouettes, into your winter silhouettes, but in stronger colors. So they're going to be very vibrant, they're going to be bright, and they're going to be fun, and I'm here for it. Okay, so the next trend, minis. Miu Miu really brought the mini trend back. I would say earlier this year we started to see this reemergence of the mini skirt. Remember how I said in the beginning there are a few trends that we haven't really seen in a while that are really taking center stage, and mini skirts are one of those trends. So minis in general, so not just mini skirts but mini dresses, minis in general are going to be making a huge comeback. I feel like that's not necessarily a trend for everybody, but if you're comfortable enough with wearing the mini skirts and the mini dresses, I'm all for it. Go for it. Another way to really wear this trend and to make it more wearable for you, the individual, is to just wear stockings or pantyhose, hosiery under your mini skirts. But this is a major trend. It doesn't have to be the micro mini that we saw with Miu Miu, but as long as you're wearing the mini, you're definitely following that trend. So it's definitely something that you should consider, getting a mini skirt, a mini dress. They're always kind of in style per se, but we're just seeing more of it. It's definitely on the forefront, and if you can go for that micro mini, then you're even more on the trend. I tried to order a micro mini from Zara and I was just like, nah, this is not going to cover my butt. So it really depends on your body silhouette as well, so just keep that in mind. But you can still be on trend without going micro mini, but just staying in that mini category. Next trend, embellishments. I'm very excited about embellishments. This is a trend that we've seen as far back as 2020. And I talked about this in my 2020 trend reports from, the entire year trend report as well as the fall trend report. It was more so that that expectation of going out, that expectation of being over COVID and being able to celebrate. And I feel like that trend hasn't stopped. Like, we're seeing more and more of it. But the great thing about it now is that it's not just reserved for special occasions. We are seeing sequins, embellishments, feathers, all of this in everyday wear, and I'm here for it. I have no issue with wearing a sequins top during the day with a pair of jeans and just chilling. Like, why not? I feel like every day should be a celebration. I truly feel that way. And for those of you guys that have been rocking with me, you know that I really push the idea of dressing up, feeling your best when you are looking your best, and feeling your best when you look your best. I hope that makes sense. But yes, this trend is in. You're seeing it in shoes, you're seeing it in bags, you're seeing it in your clothing. Prada's doing a great job with this. There are so many brands that are just really focusing and emphasizing on embellishments, opulence, just giving it all, and unapologetically stepping out and looking your best with a little bit of shine. So this category really covers a little bit of everything. So not just your sequins, not just your feathers, but metallics. Anything that adds a little bit of opulence and adds a little bit more interest to your material is really what this trend is about, and I'm here for it. The cool thing about this trend, we're seeing brands that you wouldn't even really expect to really focus on embellishments and sequins and all of that, like Isabel Marant, who's really known for more of her boho chic kind of style, but she's taking these pieces and she's adding that interest. So even in your what would be more casual, cool, more relaxed silhouettes, we're seeing all of this embellishment thrown onto these casual, cool, more relaxed silhouettes. And I just think that this is a trend that we should all try. I know we probably all have something with some kind of embellishment in our closet, and we've probably reserved it for more of evening wear, dinner dates or whatnot, but don't hesitate to make it everyday wear, right? Don't hesitate to just put on the outfits, look your best, and just roll with it. And yeah, I'm here for it. On to the next. All right, so the next trend I'm excited about, skin. I termed this skin because at first I was going to say leather, but then sheepskin also falls under this category. So I felt like, you know what, leather, shearlings, all of that, let's just put it into the one category of skin because it is a trend. You know, leather is just not, you know, your lambskin or calfskin or cowhide. You know, it does go into your shearling or your sheepskin. It's kind of like the reverse of the leather. I used to be a leather specialist. But yes, there's just so many different types of leather, but all of it is going to be in. So you're going to see patent leather. You're going to see just your clean lambskin. You're going to see a little bit of everything. And I'm excited about this trend. I love leather. Like I said, I used to be a leather specialist, so I've always been a huge fan of leather. I know not everybody's down for leather. Vegan leather does the same thing. It has the same effect. A lot of brands that use leather or produce leather take leather as a byproduct. So don't think that they're just killing, you know, animals just for their skin. You know, it is a byproduct of the food we eat. So keep that in mind. And don't come for me if you're a leather or, you know, don't come for me, please. But yes, leather is a big trend, guys. There's no way around it. Leather is major, and I'm here for it. I love leather. Leather pants, leather jackets, leather dresses. There is any silhouette you can think about is going to be on trend, and it's going to be recreated. Sorry, not any silhouette you can think about, but any silhouette you could think about is going to be made in leather. I said it's going to be on trend. Yeah, any silhouette you can think about is going to be made in leather, and I'm here for it. Jumpsuits, like I said, dresses, everything. So this is one of the cool things I love about this trend. So a lot of the silhouettes that we're going to be talking about are being recreated in leather. That's why I said there's this intermix of all these different trends. So whether if it's in the bright colors, we're going to be seeing the bright colors in leather. We're going to be seeing minis in, you know, in bright hues. We're going to be seeing minis in leather. And I love this. I love the fact that the trends are just intertwined this season. So it's going to make it a lot easier for you guys to kind of recreate these looks. And I'm here for it. But yes, back to the leather. Oh, also too, fur. I forgot to mention fur is also under this category. So we're going to be seeing a lot more fur. Houses like Fendi are known for their leather. They're known for skin. They're known for fur. Fendi's bringing out a lot of bags in fur, as well as your coats, as well as your leather silhouettes, and I love it. There was a dress. I'm looking at my notes because I have like all these amazing things. I spent hours just combing through everything from the fall 2020 fashion shows, and it was just, there was joy for me just watching everything, you know, just seeing the silhouettes. And a lot of these silhouettes are actually wearable. A lot of times when things go down the runway, we can't really wear them in everyday life, but that's not the case this year, and I love that. Alexander McQueen created a gorgeous strapless leather dress that just looks like it could be fabric. So this is the brands taking leather and making them super thin to be very comfortable. Bottega created a beautiful leather jumpsuit and this gorgeous dark but very rich burgundy hue. So you're just really going to see a lot of beautiful silhouettes, a lot of beautiful pieces made in some of your favorite skins. So keep in mind, you know, a lot of us have leather in our closet already, or we have a little bit of fur, whether if it's vegan fur or vegan leather, it's there. So don't hesitate to bring it out this season and just rework it into your wardrobe because it is very much on trend. Okay, so the next trend we're going to focus on, cargo pants. This is a trend I'm very happy about. I wouldn't say Kim Kardashian made this trend a trend again, but she definitely helped push it to the forefront when she came out with those Antico cargo pants that everybody tries to get their hands on. They sold out so quickly. They are beautiful, but even though I can justify a lot of things, I don't know, I just couldn't justify spending that much on the Antico cargo pants. They're really cute, but just not cute enough for me to spend $700 on. However, there are a lot of great dupes out there, so you know, if I can find some, I will definitely link them for you guys. But cargo pants are a great trend. They're a major trend. A lot of brands have slowly been recreating cargo pants, some in dressier formats. I just picked up a pair from the Frankie shop, and they are definitely more of a high-rise classic trouser silhouette. However, you have those cargo pant pocket details on the pant, and I'm here for that. That's probably more so how I want to participate in this trend, but a lot of brands are doing it. We've got brands like Isabel Marant, Just Cavalli, that have all reproduced this trend, or they've all jumped on the bandwagon of this trend to create cargo the way they imagine it. So it's very different from your classic, you know, old school cargo pant, which is still, you know, not to say that you have to like let go of that idea of what the old school cargo pant is. No, if that's what you have in your closet, please take it out and use it. But I'm finding that the newer silhouette almost has a billowy or a balloon silhouette to the side of the pant, making it a bit more wide. That's probably the most popular silhouette of the cargo pant. However, Isabel Marant created a more narrow silhouette of this pant. And like I said, the Frankie shop did more of a dressier look. So a lot of brands are recreating or reimagining what the cargo pant should look like. And I'm here for it. I am obsessed. So get ready to see the way I do this look, because yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some cargo pant styles, especially during Fashion Week. So yes, make sure you keep on watching this channel to see how I rock the trend as well. All right, so the next trend, high boot. At first I was gonna just focus on thigh-high boots, but then I was like, no, because it's not really just thigh-high boots. It's just your knee-high boots. So basically, any boot that is kind of like high, so going towards the knee and higher. A lot of brands are doing that thigh-high boot. I think I have a pair or two. I can't remember. All my fall clothes are still like away, so I really need to bring them down before I over buy new stuff. But thigh-high boots, we all have either a thigh-high boot or a knee-high boot in our closet. They're on trend. They are here. I'm seeing a lot of the pointy toes, so just that classic silhouette that we kind of always bring out every fall. So technically this is not a new trend per se. However, we're seeing different fabrics in this trend. So Alexander Wang did a beautiful denim thigh-high boot that was just exquisite. Bottega did the interdetto. Oh, they did the interdetto finish with boots. I don't think I've seen them on sale anywhere, but that is like a boot to have. I feel like I need to go look for that. But like high boots are major, guys, but at the same time, I just feel like this is a trend that we see every year. So don't feel like you have to run out and buy, you know, to be on trend, because I'm sure we all have a pair. However, if there is something that tickles your fancy, or it's something that you find that you're like, okay, I love these, absolutely go for them. Pointy toe, sexy, thigh-high boot. You can have them a little ruche, you can have them straight, but just know that this is a major trend that we're going to see a lot of this season, and I'm here for it. Next up, we have oversized everything. And when I mean oversized everything, I mean everything. Coats, sweaters, pants, blazers. We thought this oversized blazer trend, coat trend was gonna be, you know, something of the past, but it's not. It's still very much on trend, guys. We are seeing a lot of this. We're seeing the oversized coats. Valentino's doing it. Miu Miu's doing it. Every brand offered something in oversized, whether if it was your oversized pants that were a little bit more roomy and full, or oversized sweaters like Isabel Marant did so well, or Bottega. Like, there is just a plethora of oversized silhouettes being produced, and it really depends on how you're wearing it. I would say if you're going to do the oversized trend, and if you're not so comfortable with it because you feel like it might swallow you, stick to oversized garments that are probably worn open, that you can wear open and not be too cold, or maybe do an oversized bottom and then wear something a bit more fitted on the top, or wear something a bit more fitted on the bottom if you're doing an oversized top. So keep that in mind. You really want to balance the silhouette so you don't get lost in what you're wearing. You never want the clothes to wear you. You always want to wear the clothes. So just be very mindful of how you are dabbing into this trend, because it can be a miss, it can be a fail really easily. So just keep in mind your body silhouette, what the most flattering parts are, how you want to tackle this trend. You always want to make sure, at least if you're doing something so oversized, either you're, you know, making your waist a little bit tighter, or you're wearing something a little bit more narrow on the bottom or on the top, or keeping your oversized jackets or oversized blazers somewhat open so they don't swallow you. But I'm here for this trend. I love this trend. I've been rocking this trend since it kind of debuted. I would say probably 2019 is when we started to see these oversized silhouettes, and it's kept on going. And I don't really see it going anywhere, because even though you can kind of get lost in it sometimes depending on how you're wearing it, I still find it to be more, it is somewhat flattering, and it's just comfortable. I think that's why we're seeing the longevity of these trends, is because they're comfortable. And I feel like a lot of women want to still look sexy, they want to look good, but they want to be comfortable. So you're seeing a lot of, you know, the comfort, athleisure, relaxed trends from the 2020s. They're still trickling down, and I'm not sure if we're gonna see a slowdown next year as well. But as of now, fall 2020 going into 2023, we're gonna continue to see this trend. And I have to say, I'm here for it. Love it. Even my vest, the one I'm wearing right now, it's an oversized vest, and it just looks great. But notice how I'm wearing it with something a little bit more fitted. And I'm going to wear this jacket for Fashion Week, and I'm going to style in another different way, just kind of to give you guys a visual of, you know, what I mean by wearing something a bit more fitted, or a bit more skin revealing under when you're wearing these oversized pieces. So like I said, make sure you guys are following. Follow me on Instagram to get the live feed of my New York Fashion Week shenanigans. I'm not sure, I think this will be live before then, if not after, but I'll definitely have a highlight on Instagram so you guys can see how I styled everything. A lot of the images will be there as well. If you're not following me already on Instagram, it's Odd by Moni. It's Odd by Moni on Instagram as well as TikTok. So make sure you're following me on both platforms so you don't miss all the festivities of New York Fashion Week. On to the next. Okay, so the next trend we're talking about, sheer fabrics. I like this trend. Actually, no, I kind of love this trend. I've been wearing sheer fabrics since I was in high school, when I used to make my own clothes, because obviously I wanted to look different and stand out and all that fun stuff. And being that my parents were very conservative, they would allow me to wear the stuff that I made because they were just so proud of the fact that I actually could make my own clothes. And I remember making this sheer dress with some fabric that, I don't know, my mom probably had for a curtain or something, I don't know. But I turned it into a dress, wore a bralette under it, wore some little biker shorts under it. And this was when I was in high school and in Nigeria. So you know that, you know, for my mom to let me wear that, she was just like, okay, you're just going from the car to the event and coming right back home. And I'm like, yes. But you know what? Long story, look, I don't even know where I was going with that. Anywho, I've been wearing the trend for a long time. I love sheer fabrics. It always has to be done tastefully though, because there is a very fine line between how you can wear sheer fabrics and look very tacky, and then how you can wear it and look put together in everyday life. Fendi, Bottega, like so many brands, Miu Miu, have recreated or taken this sheer trend and just made it very elegant. Saint Laurent made a beautiful gown, you know, in a beautiful sheer fabric. I don't know what exactly the fabric was, but just you can tell that, you know, brands are really taking what could be borderline tacky and giving it a nice spin or a nice twist. So you can always wear these pieces with full bodysuits under. You know, you can wear them with bralettes and things where you still feel comfortable and you don't feel like you're oversharing. It's not a matter of wearing your sheer fabrics and then going without any underwear or whatnot, but it's just a matter of doing it tastefully. And I'm here for it. I'm here for this trend. We're seeing it in so many different silhouettes. We're seeing it in tops. We're seeing it in gowns. We're seeing it in dresses. We're seeing it even in pants. Fendi did a pant. I'm not really a fan of doing sheer pants, but if it's done right, you know, I might dab into it. Or even the idea of a sheer pant with an oversized blazer, but the pants are a bit more narrow and the blazer's, you know, kind of closed off. So, or at least covering your bottom half. So there are ways to do this trend tastefully. So I would definitely say don't shut it out if you feel like, oh, I'm too conservative for this. You can still do it tastefully. You can have your sleeves sheer, right? So it doesn't always have to be the top or your bust area or your bum or your private area. But you can do it tastefully and, you know, maybe have part of the legs a bit more sheer, or with a skirt and have the bottom hem of the skirt a bit more sheer. So there are definitely fun ways to do this trend. I love this trend. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. And you will definitely see me rocking this trend throughout the season. So like I said, just keep on watching for more and more style inspo with all these amazing trends. On to the next. I'm smiling ear to ear because I love this trend. Platforms. I've always been a fan of platforms. I have platforms that I wore to 2018 Fashion Week. And, you know, I haven't worn them, so I definitely need to like sell them or give them away. But I'm just so happy that they're back because for me, platforms are just easier to walk in. I love height with an outfit. I feel like height just does something to a look. And I'm here for it. However, when I wear stiletto heels, I always feel like the weight of my body is going to just break the heel. It's never happened to me ever, but there is this little bit of paranoia. But when you have a platform, it just feels like there's more support. And luckily, a lot of brands are creating platforms that just look super sexy. We've seen Valentino with the Tango platform, and then Versace also came out with their platforms, and everyone is just obsessed. I love this trend. So many brands have recreated the major platform silhouettes that have been doing phenomenally well. But going into the fall, more and more brands are jumping on this trend. We're seeing Bottega, we're seeing Versace creating more of a pointier platform silhouette. Valentino also recreating their platform, having it even more square and higher. And I have to say, I am down for it. I'm loving it. Marc Jacob has this extremely high platform. I almost want to say Marc Jacob did this platform silhouette years and years ago. But like I said, this is, you know, we're now seeing these trends that, you know, we've seen in the past, and we've seen, you know, brands recreate them and take a break from them. And now they're reintroducing them again. And I want to say a lot of people are embracing the trend, myself included, just because, like I said, I love the stability a platform offers. Hence, I am so down for this trend. Even though I have big feet, I have been rocking the trend. I will continue to rock the trend. It's just, to me, like they just elevate an outfit. They just look good. Your legs look so much longer. It just elongates the body, and I'm here for it. Give me all the platforms, all of them. Love this trend. On to the next. All right, next trend, corsets. I love a good corset. I have leather corsets that are literally over 20 years old. I used to work for a leather company because I'm like, that could really, yeah, I love corsets. I love corsets. So many brands are doing them. Fendi, Dior, and I'm here for it. Versace. I just feel like there's something very sexy about corsets. And what I'm finding now is that brands are doing corsets and not making them overly sexy, but making them very wearable. So you're seeing corsets built into dresses, right? You're seeing people wearing corsets with dress shirts. Fendi's doing corsets in leather. Fendi's doing corsets with shirts. I love this. I feel like this is a trend that we can all do. You know, this is a trend that I just feel like will work. It's very sexy, but it's very wearable. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So this is definitely a trend that I feel like we should all kind of like, you know, entertain a little bit. If you feel like you can't wear the corset on its own because it's too much, then definitely consider layering it with a dress shirt, right? That just gives it a whole different look, a whole different vibe. You know, consider buying dresses that kind of have that boning detail of the corset that are exposed. You know, then it just adds a little bit more of a sexier vibe to it, and you look great. And I'm here for it. I really, really love this trend. And I feel like you should definitely pay attention to it and try it out. Let me know which trends you're loving so far, and let me know which trends that, you know, you're feeling like, okay, I could do this. Maybe I couldn't do it before. Maybe I thought I couldn't do it, but just kind of the breakdown is allowing you to kind of re-envision yourself that, okay, I can do this. So guys, leave your comments. Don't forget to leave those comments. Don't forget to like, because when you comment, YouTube continues to share, and you know, these videos will do well, and it's just more motivation for me to keep on doing them. So don't forget to engage, please. Thank you. All right, now let's get to the next trend. All right, so the next trend, borrowing from the boys. This is a trend I personally love. With this whole idea of borrowing from the boys, I honestly think that we see this every fall. I do not recall a trend report that I've created, whether if it's here on YouTube. I've only kind of been doing this on YouTube for 2 years, but even on my website, which is 10 years old, I've always kind of done trend reports, and every year we have some kind of rendition of borrowing from the boys. It's always going to be on trend. It's just a matter of, you know, brands will come every year and kind of give it an updated twist. And this year's twist are everything. Like Alexander McQueen did this really oversized blazer, a longer silhouette, but you have those exaggerated shoulders, and then pairing it with a pair of pants that have slits. So it just adds that sexy vibe, and then wearing it without anything under. I love it. I love it. Versace took the classic pinstripe male, you know, silhouette, male, you know, tailored trouser, and really made it very low in the rise, but also paired it with the same matching fabric with a crop top. And I just thought it was genius. And then throwing in a bomber jacket, you know, so we're just seeing this whole totally new way of thinking or styling, you know, male inspired silhouettes or garments. So we're going to see a lot of those fabrics, the houndstooth, the pinstripes, all the kind of, you know, fabrics that kind of were initially made for men being recreated in these very masculine but sexy silhouettes, and I'm here for it. I just love the juxtaposition of sexy and masculine, and I just think it just adds interest, and it just makes your outfits look very interesting. Of course, not everyone is going to be comfortable enough to wear these pieces, you know, in a way where it really stands out, or a way where it's exuding more of that sex appeal. Think of it this way. Take your classic tailored wide leg pants, trousers, pair it with something more fitted on top. So being that a fitted sweater, you know, or even just a fitted dress shirt, but have that fullness on the bottom, and then incorporate a pair of loafers, you know, just kind of try to reimagine how you want to wear these silhouettes. So maybe, you know, don't do such a boxy blazer on top, but maybe do something that's a bit more tailored, a bit more narrow through the waist, but long. So it's really exaggerating, you know, that masculine silhouette, but giving it a sex appeal to kind of fit the feminine, you know, to kind of have a more of a feminine appeal to it. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yes, visualize it with me, guys. We can do this. And like I said, I'm going to recreate a lot of these looks throughout Fashion Week, or a lot of these trends rather, throughout Fashion Week and just throughout the season. So just keep on watching so you get all the inspiration you need. On to the next. All right, so the next trend, low rise. Once upon a time, I used to subscribe to this trend, but 2 babies later, not so much. Especially after my stomach looks like a tiger just came in and was like, "Grr." And I know I probably told this story before. I had no stretch marks, nothing, nothing. And then randomly, I was in Toronto. I think I was like on the ninth month of my pregnancy with my son, and some random lady who I did not know, by the way. I was in a maternity store with my sister, and she's like, literally, I swear to God this happened. She asked me if I had any stretch marks, and I was like, no. And she's like, you will. I swear. And the month ninth hit, and out of nowhere. So ever since then, I haven't really worn low-rise anything. And I've always been a major fan of high-rise to begin with, because I feel like there's something avant-garde to a high-rise wide leg or any kind of silhouette. There's just something very chic about it. It's always kind of been on trend, and it's never really going anywhere. But yeah, ever since then, I really haven't worn anything low-rise. And when I do, I have to be very strategic about how I wear it, especially since we've seen so much crop in the past. So in my head, and then also, you know, I have to pay attention to my silhouette and my body frame, and that has everyone, I feel like everyone should dress for your body, right? So wearing something so low with crops just never has really worked for me. However, moving forward, for me to dab into this low-rise trend, it would be more so I'm wearing something low and then wearing something fitted that hits the top of the pant or the bottom in that low-rise silhouette. I don't mind doing a little cutout on the side or whatnot, but for the most part, it's going to be something to match it and not necessarily doing the crop on top and then the super low rise. However, that is the trend. That is the trend. That is the trend. Low rise, whether if it's a low rise pant, a low rise skirt, mini, maxi, low rise pieces are coming back. And it's so funny because we have not seen low rise be so dominant since like the early 2000s. So it's really, you know, we're really seeing this push, and I feel like there is a lot of resistance from consumers, and that's why not a lot of brands are really jumping onto it, but it's slowly creeping in. It really slowly is creeping in, and we're definitely seeing it more and more with the younger audience, but you're finding it less with the older audience that really has the money to spend. But you know, eventually it will make a full comeback, just like it did in the early 2000s. I remember working luxury retail, and that's what we were selling. We were selling the low-rise jeans and the rockin', what was it called? The True Religions and all of that, Rockin' Republic. I think it was Rockin' Republic, but pretty much every brand, nobody was making anything high rise. And anything that was a higher rise was probably about 10 inches or 11 inches. So right under the belly button or right about where the belly button is. But you're gonna see a lot more of the lower rise. But there are ways to get around the trend, especially if you find a pair of pants that you are obsessed with and you love, but they are low rise. There are ways to make this trend work for you. So don't be discouraged. We can still rock the trend, but just, you know, there are ways to do it tastefully. So I know I did something recently with a pair of pants. I'm getting back to my normal size, and I bought these pants in a size 6, and I normally do a size 2 or 4 in bottoms. And now they are a low-rise pant for me. So what I did was I wore it with a fitted vest to kind of, you know, cover the stomach and make it work for me. So there are ways to do this trend tastefully to make it work for your wardrobe. So if you are comfortable with doing the crop or even just doing that low rise or whatnot, and, you know, doing the crop on top, go for it. If not, there are tons of ways to make this trend work. So don't be discouraged. It is still a fun trend, and a lot of brands are beginning to, you know, kind of jump on it. So we are going to definitely see more and more of that this season. So let me know if you're a fan of the low rise trend or if it's not for you with your comments below. Yeah, on to the next. Okay, so the next trend, monochromatic outfits. This is a trend that I love. there is nothing that makes you look more chic, more expensive, more put together than a head to toe outfit. And the brands, the major designers believe this because everybody had their rendition of a monochromatic look. Bronx and Banco made this beautiful pink sequin silhouette, like, you know, head to toe sequins in pink, gorgeous. Valentino, nobody is doing this monochromatic look better. Sorry about that. Let's turn all the volumes off. There we go. As I was saying before, Ring rudely interrupted me. No one is doing monochromatic better than Valentino, and with this gorgeous, vibrant hue, pink hue that I'm obsessed with. And this is what I was saying, where you're seeing all of these trends, I said twins, trends intertwining. And it just looks amazing. Like, you're seeing head to toe white or ivory. Jacquemus did this beautiful ivory look, you know, even to the bag. And I love it. Even in the most casual look will look expensive when it's a head to toe color. And it's just a trend that, in my opinion, it's very chic. It's very easy to do. You don't just have to do a head to toe white outfit to kind of be on this trend, but it's just a matter of picking whatever color you feel like it, and just kind of running with it. And the cool thing about these monochromatic looks, it does not have to be the exact shade. It can be variations of the color. If you can do the exact shade head to toe, kudos to you for finding all the pieces in the exact shade, because that's pretty hard. But for the most part, the whole idea is picking a color and incorporating various shades of that color, right? Because for the most part, most brands don't really create head to toe pieces in the same color unless you're talking about more of the luxury brands. But the average brand usually doesn't do that, or they might have all the clothes but they won't necessarily have the shoes, or they won't necessarily have the bags. So you can recreate these looks by, you know, making beautiful monochromatic looks in just various shades of the color of your choice. But I'm here for this trend. I love it. I just love all the offerings. Versace did that beautiful purple with the cargo pants, and this is what I'm saying about cargo. You're seeing it in all these different, you know, you're seeing all these trends. Just I love it. I love this trend. It is chic. It is easy to do. We can all do it. It doesn't just have to be the beige or the white or the black that we're so used to seeing, but dab into those, you know, strong hues that I mentioned and create monochromatic looks with the strong hues as well. So yes, like I said, I love this trend. Very, very, very excited about it. But let's go to the next one. So the next trend, white tank tops. This trend, I don't know, I was kind of like, do I really want to put this on my list? Because I was just like, why? A white tank top is a white tank top, and we always see white tank tops. However, the one thing I did notice is a lot of brands were showcasing white tank tops, and that's why I kind of couldn't ignore it. Prada did an amazing job with white tank top. We just kept on seeing it coming down the runway. Who else did the white tank top? Chloe, Loewe, you know, just a lot of Bottega. A lot of brands were actually doing the white tank tops. So that's why I was like, you know what? I can't ignore the trend. I know that it's fall, so it's hard to imagine a tank top has a fall trend. However, these brands are doing it in a different way. Well, coming down the runway, it wasn't even with the jacket, but in everyday life, in the real world, we're not going to be wearing white tank tops while it's cold outside. However, we can now start wearing these white tank tops under the oversized jackets, under the oversized blazers, right? So that is kind of how I'm seeing this trend, even though a lot of brands are producing it and a lot of people are buying it. So that's the thing, a lot of people are buying them. So now we're like, okay, we have these tank tops. How are we gonna wear them in the real world? And how are we gonna make them practical? So blazers, dress shirts, leave your shirts open, let your tank tops be exposed. A lot of them have the little brand logos, but that doesn't, you know, that's not the only way to get on this trend. You can just take your tank top from J. Crew, from the Gap, and just wear it, but wear it in mind with maybe a lower rise cargo pant or a lower rise tailored pant or a mini skirt, and then kind of layer it with a dress shirt and keep the dress shirt open, and then throw on a blazer and keep it open. You know, so those are kind of the cool ways we can incorporate this trend and make it work for everyday life. But I'm kind of here for it. I've always been a huge fan of white tank tops. I collect them. That's why I've never considered them to be a trend. I just feel like they are a closet staple. So it's just a matter of finding good ones. And to be honest, you really don't need to spend the money on Prada or on Loewe, you know, to be on this trend. It's just really, you know, if it's something you love, and you know, if it's something you love, why not, right? Why not? I used to think that, no, all the brands charge this much because the quality is better and this and that. And don't get me wrong, for the most part, the quality is better in some instances, but not all. Because I've seen that $1,000 pieces fall apart without even going to anyone's home, right? You're really paying for the brand name. You're paying for the workmanship. You're paying for, is it harder to create this particular item, or is it easier? And some of these things are not. You know, I bought a shirt, I'm not going to mention the designer, but it cost a fortune. However, it was 100% polyester, and I could have found a silk shirt just like that probably cost a lot less from Banana Republic. So it's all in perspective. It's just a matter of if you love it. It has to be. That's why I preach, guys. I preach love. Like, you have to be moved. Your soul, your soul, let the African in me come out. Your soul has to be moved before you make that purchase, because in this day and age, there's just so much fashion out there. So before you decide to spend thousands of dollars on a piece, just make sure that love is there and your soul is moved and you're inspired by the piece before you ka-ching, make that purchase. On to the next. The next trend, extra large bags. All right, you guys know I'm a bag girl. I love my bags. But more so, I like all bags. Let's just put it that way. I was gonna say, but I don't have a lot of big bags, and I definitely don't have a lot of extra large bags, only because they just serve no purpose for me. I don't go into an office. My office is in my home. When I travel is when I take out my big bags. So that's why I'm just like, okay, I do have large bags. I don't know if this is necessarily a trend that I probably will be participating, other than functional extra large bags. If I find something that moves my soul, maybe I'll dab into it. But this is a trend that we are going to see more and more of. I would say the perfect example of this is the Saint Laurent big bag. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. And it's a great bag. I've seen some people wear it and style it. And honestly, I won't lie, it definitely was on my radar and it was offered to me. And after seeing it is when I declined it, because I was just like, when am I going to use it? Number one, for me, because I am a very organized person when I travel, it wouldn't serve as a good travel bag, because the silhouette of it and everything would just go to the bottom. So it just personally didn't work for me, and I didn't necessarily love the look of the leather on the bag. So it didn't work for me, but I've seen people carry this bag and I've seen the way they've styled it and it looks great. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, it's not made to be full or to dump a whole bunch of stuff in it. And I think that's kind of the idea with a lot of these extra large or large bags. It's not that because it's a big bag you have to fill it up with stuff. It's more so the look, right? And this is not necessarily a look that I feel like the average person will want to participate in or even can pull off. So it really depends on you, the individual. But there are some really great ones out there in case you are deciding that you want to kind of like, you know, dabble into this. Bottega has this really huge pillow bag that went down the runway that I thought was really cool. Alexander Wang had this huge, like what looks like could have been a Kelly bag, but extra, and that looked really cool. Like that, I don't know. I just don't know where I would go with it. Maybe to travel. I don't know. But, you know, you are seeing more of it. Chloe did it. Like, you know, a lot of brands are still doing this big bag that is meant to be worn every day. So I never say never with anything fashion, because you never know until you kind of like dab into it or give it a try. But For me personally, I just don't see how I'm going to incorporate it into my everyday style or everyday life. But it is a trend to pay attention to because more and more brands are dabbing into it. For someone like me that loves small bags, I would probably still wear my small bags and have the extra big bag with it because I'm pretty much wearing my tiny micro nano bags like bag jewelry. But this is definitely a trend that caught my eye, caught my attention, just because y'all know I love bags. But yeah, the extra large bag, that it's a trend, it's a thing, and you know, more and more brands are participating, so pay attention. Let's see how much of it we're going to see this season. I'm not sure because like I said, I just don't feel like it's the most practical, but it's definitely a trend to try, and it's, you know, it's out there. It's a major trend for this season. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are my top 15 trends for fall 2022. Let me know which trend you are excited to try. Let me know which trend you will not be touching. I'm very curious to know which of the trends you're just like, no, not for me. Let's get that conversation going in the comments section. Like I said, this is my favorite time of the year. This is I just love fall fashion. It gives me joy. This is, for me, in my opinion, this is when the true fashion girls come out. This is when your creativity comes out because you want to stay warm, you want to be stylish, and this is when you get to put everything together. You get to layer, you get to have fun with fashion. If you live in a climate like I live in Atlanta, you really get to experience fall, and you still get to wear a little bit of your summer things and kind of incorporate that into fall. So I'm here for it. I'm excited about that. Oh, also, if you haven't seen my transitional outfit lookbook video, make sure you guys check that out because I share about 6 summer pieces from my summer wardrobe and kind of share how to transition them into the fall. And some of them, if I'm correct, feature some of the trends that we talked about, so that can give you a little inspo as well. But thank you so much for watching the video to the end, guys. Like I said, don't forget to let me know which trend is your favorite, which trend you're not going to try. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. It's Odd by Moni. It's Odd by Money on Instagram as well as TikTok. I'm pretty much on all social media platforms. Don't forget to check out my website, oddbymonica.com. Tons of style inspo. Like I mentioned, my blog is going to be 10 years in November, so there's tons of inspo. We've gone through so many different trend reports there as well. So just giving you an idea of where the evolution of style and fashion in general. You can always just check that out. What else I was gonna say? I know were some trends that I didn't really go into in full detail, especially the accessory trends. I just feel like accessories are a little bit all over the place. That's why I didn't touch some of them. But I know like the wraparound sunglasses are big. I know with shoes we're gonna see more than just your, you know, your platform or your high boot. But you know, just keep on watching this channel because I will definitely start incorporating a little bit more of the other accessory trends into other videos. And if you want another video just highlighting on accessories, let me know. But I feel like we kind of covered the key things here already. But yes, this was the 2022 fall trend report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got good tips and good notes, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching.